Newcastle United lost against Dortmund on Wednesday night at St James's Park before taking a tough point on the road against Wolves. But there's no time to wait around as we take on Manchester United tomorrow night, Arsenal at the weekend, and it's Dortmund again next week, as well as a few things going on off the field as well. Welcome back to Toon Tuesdays, your weekly roundup of Newcastle United news. As I say, it's all go at the minute. It's all football at the minute. 3 games a week for 2 weeks. And as I say, it's Manchester United tomorrow. So we will do a bit of a preview for tomorrow night's game as we talk about lineups, injuries, and what we can hope for in trying to get through to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. I would love to get back to Wembley again. And I think the conversation is around League Cup versus Champions League versus Premier League with not many players available at the moment. But we'll get into all of that in this video. But first, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. I've been doing Toon Tuesdays I was actually checking into this. I think it's coming up to 6 years now. So if you've been watching this for 6 years and you've never hit that subscribe button, go ahead and press it. It's free. It costs nothing. It just means you guys are notified whenever I post a video. And if you haven't already, be sure to go and check out my Patreon as well. I'm posting extra content over there behind the scenes in a travel vlog for Wolves. I plan to do one again as I head to the Manchester United game and hopefully see us get a win. It is £5 a month for the extra content, but I've also added a free section on Patreon as well. It's not quite as much content, but you'll get a few little bit extras, and it helps build the community a little bit as well. So hit the link in the description, Patreon, get in for free, a bit of extra content, why not? But yes, we'll start off with the games that we have played this week. Very quickly, we'll go through these. We did lose against Dortmund on Wednesday night, which, you know, it was a tough game. On a different day, the amount of chances we had, the amount of times we hit the crossbar, even Dortmund took the mick out of themselves because they did a little video where they went, thanks for having us, St James's Park, and as they did it, they were showing the crossbar. So even they knew, you know, that they did well to take the win. I think a draw possibly would have been a good result. Some frustrating moments when Trippier was crossing the ball in after time after time after time and we weren't winning any of the headers. You know, I think Isak going down injured after 15 minutes really hurt us. It really scuppered our game plan and we didn't really change the game plan. We just kept doing it over and over. But on a different day, one of those 30 crosses goes in the back of the net 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You know, we had that many efforts or that many chances created, we just weren't being clinical in front of goal. And in the big leagues, in the Champions Leagues, got to score. You know, Wilson couldn't find the net on a couple of occasions, which would have won us the game. But we moved on quickly to Wolves. I was there, one of the strangest away pubs I've ever been in. It was a Premier Inn, so that was slightly different. But in fairness, the location was good. Walked up to the ground. Was sat right in the bottom corner of the pitch. Barely saw the ball in the second half because Wolves, you know, in fairness, in my video I said points dropped. And I still believe that to some extent because we were up twice. You know, when you're winning the game twice, I think you've got to be better to hold on. But I will give full credit to Wolves and say that they had some very good moments in that game. And on a different day, they could have beaten us as well. So, you know what, maybe the tough point on the road was decent. We weren't at our best with, as I say, a lot of injury problems that we'll talk about in a moment. They were playing, you know, they were playing pretty good. I think Trippier had a bit of a nightmare at times. I thought Dan Burn did okay, but on the wings, I'm thinking you've got to deal with that better. And we'll come on to the subject of fullbacks very shortly as we press on to the Manchester United stuff. I think really the one bit of big news off the pitch was Sandro Tali, wasn't it? The ban's come through. It was thought that he might actually feature on Wednesday. He didn't. We could have done with him. We're trying to get him to play as many games as possible before he heads off for this ban. Newcastle actually haven't been training him. We're still waiting, I think, for the complete confirmation of what he can and can't do. it's that kind of all just coming in at the same time, isn't it? With the Murphy shoulder injury, might as well go through the injuries now. Murphy shoulder injury. Anderson's got some back issues. Miley's got glandular fever. I don't know if he's been out kissing too many girls or what, but he's out at the moment. Murphy, that's thrown us off now. Who else is injured? Everybody's injured. You've also got Willock's obviously coming back. I think worryingly, Eddie Howe has said that the Botman injury is worse than the first feared as well. So I've basically just listed half of our first team. You're adding a Sandro Tali onto that, and what's already not a very deep squad, and you're having a few problems, and that's where we kind of turn our attention to Manchester United. I think, and generally, I think that's the thing. I think what was frustrating, and look, against Wolves, what does Eddie Howe do? Plays what he believes is our best 11, and we win, and everyone goes, thumbs up, Eddie Howe. He does make changes. He changes Livramento in. He changes Hall in. He changes some of the guys that you would expect to be, in my eyes, to be getting more game time than just a Carabao Cup game. I didn't think we spent £60 million on fullbacks so they could play once every 2 months in the Carabao Cup. But having said that, if he did play them and were lost, everyone goes, well, Eddie, why didn't he just play our best team? These are and that's why they're paid well. Eddie Howe's the manager. He's paid to make the tough decisions. He made the decision to stick with, what has worked. And, we say it hasn't worked. Let's be honest. We're still sixth. We're sixth in the league. We're still not far off those, Europa Champions League spots where we want to be. We're third in our Champions League group, but joint points with Dortmund, only 2 points behind PSG. We only beat Crystal Palace a week ago, 4-0. So it's not like we've imploded. I'm interested as more and more games are kind of piling up. As I've mentioned, it's Arsenal on Saturday, and then it's Dortmund again. I suppose then it is an international break. Maybe I just feel like the last couple of games we've just looked tired. And if that's the case, then surely put Target in for Burn, or even put Target in, take Shaw out for a rest, put Burn in at centre-back, put Livramento in at right-back for a half. I'm not saying drop Trippier for a full game, just play him for 45 minutes. Bring Trippier on in the second half. I think Livramento's got some good attacking abilities, and if things aren't working, then don't be scared to mix it up. And I feel like we've spent money, and fair enough, I didn't even mention him a minute. Barnes being out, that's 30-40 million that we're not going to see this season. The hope is that the Tonali's gone as well, and then we're looking at the fullbacks were brought in, and I think everybody's already looking at the January window: striker, midfielder, centre back. So what felt like a decent window is suddenly, and not saying that it wasn't, but because of injuries, because of bans, and because of not seeing players get played when we think maybe they should do, there's now a cry for a big January window where I don't know how much we actually have to spend because of FFP and because of how much we spent in the summer already. So, yes, things are fine, things are cool, we're still going well in the league, we're still doing great in the Champions League. There's just been a couple of tough games, and I think it's just, I think we should be rotating it a little bit more. But I've no doubt we will be rotating it for the Manchester United game tomorrow night. So let's talk about the lineups. For me, I have gone ahead and pretty much mixed it all the way up, to be honest. You can let me know your lineups down below. It's frustrating because, and Eddie Howe said this in his press conference, to be fair, we've got a great chance of getting to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. I would love another trip to Wembley. There's 7,000 Geordies heading down there, and to just... That's why I would like to see a rotation across game to game, not just like a totally different 11. Having said that, we did it against Man City and we still won. So keep the faith. But yes, I am looking at my bit of paper here because I would struggle to remember it if I didn't look down. Portman Net, don't think we'll change that. At the back, I've gone for Target left back, Dummett left back. I have left Lascelles in at centre back. Could we go Crafty right back, put Livramento right wing? I think Hall could play centre mid again. He did it against Man City. I don't think he had the greatest of games, but again, it's just trying to make it work. I have gone with Willock. Whether he'll be fit to play, I'm not sure. I've gone with Joe Linton because I want him to get the match fitness as quickly as possible. I've gone Wilson Gordon. I wouldn't be surprised, because who else do we play up front? I wouldn't be surprised if he actually went Gordon up front, Richie on the left or the right. Richie right wing, Target left wing. Yeah, we will wait and see. Let me know your lineups down in the comments below. It's the kind of thing where I want to see us go and play this game. I want to see us win. I will keep the faith, and I will be there. So again, if you want to see the videos at the Old Trafford as we win 1-0. That's my prediction. So let me know your prediction. If you want to see us win 1-0, subscribe to the channel. Do not miss out. I think it's going to be a tough night for Newcastle. As I say, I think we have to mix it up. I think players look tired against Wolves. And it's where you think we are, to be honest. Do you think that team's good enough to get the job done? Or do we play a more mixed side? But then if we play that mixed side, do we have to mix it up against Arsenal as well? I think for me, what's tough is that I would have rather seen us... I'm already backpedaling a little bit, is how I feel. I would have rather have seen us mix the side up against Wolves. You know, half-time, Livermore, Hall. Even into the midfield, I know we didn't have loads of options off the bench. We had 2 goalies on the bench, so it's not like we've got loads going on. But because we didn't mix it up, because we looked tired against Wolves on Saturday, I feel to now try and play Bruno again, Lascelles again, Trippier again, Burn again... It's asking a lot, so I feel like we will see wholesale changes, which was what I don't want on the road against a Manchester United side who have been struggling, did lose 3-0 against Man City, and I think we will always have a chance. And this is the side that beat Man City, so I will stay confident, but I would like to see us just rotate things more. £60 million of full-backs on the bench who've played 1 game so far this season, so... As the season goes on and as they settle in, I've no doubt Eddie Howe will start to use them more and more, and I think tomorrow will be the start of that. So let me know your thoughts down below. Lineups, predictions, and what you think of the rotation and how we are going to handle this game. Alright guys, thanks for watching as always. Drop a like, as I say, subscribe. I'll be at the game. I'll have some extra content over on Patreon as well, so be sure to check that out. 7,000 Geordies down at Old Trafford. Let's hope we put on a show. Or as we always say, give it our all, you know, and hopefully we can see us take the win and try and get back to Wembley again. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.